Hello, welcome to the channel QPK News. Please subscribe to the channel to follow the latest news of the day. Just as Hyun was beginning his new position as a proud parent, he was informed of some unpleasant changes in his professional life. These circumstances came about at the same time that Hyun became a parent. It has been reported that Hyun's newest film, for which the first trailer was just made available, was inspired by another great piece of art. This speculation comes on the heels of the release of the film's first trailer. The first teaser for the new film Bargaining, which stars Hyun and Hwang Young-min, was recently released, and the reactions of online fans have been nothing short of thrilled. According to reports, the hostage situation involving the Taliban that took place in South Korea in 2007 served as the basis for the film Bargaining. The majority of the content concentrates on a group of Korean non-governmental organization (NGO) employees and volunteers who were kidnapped by members of the Taliban. This group was held captive in Afghanistan. July of 2017 saw the appearance of a toad. Hyun plays the part of Park Dae-sik, an agent of the National Intelligence Service who is currently stationed in Afghanistan and is in charge of dealing with topics pertaining to the Middle East in the drama. Park Dae-sik is responsible for dealing with matters pertaining to the Middle East. Internet users noted after watching the trailer that it seems like this movie is an alternate version of Homecoming. The choice of subject matter is the primary factor to take into account. In both situations, the heroes are tasked with locating and rescuing people who have become disoriented in a foreign land. Two of the many movies that have been created about this subject are Operation Mortal and Escape from Mogadishu. Both of these movies are samples of the many films that have been made about this subject. The second aspect relates to the role-playing segment, and in some ways, Bargaining is analogous to Central Homecoming, the movie that finished in second place at the box office. The majority of the action takes place between two male leads. One is mild-mannered and responsible for general administration, while the other is fiery, courageous, and responsible when it comes to the instigation of disputes. The majority of the action takes place within the context of these two men. Many people, after watching the trailer for the film, had the misconception that the characters that Hwang Young-min and Hyun play also have opposite personalities, just like the roles of Truong Dike and Bong Tuan-kai in the film. Hyun and Hwang Young-min, when people watch the scene in which Hwang Young-min is haggling, it reminds them of the exciting scenario in which Truong Deep communicates with the border prosecutor. In addition to this, when people watch the scene in which Hwang Young-min is haggling, it reminds them of the exciting scenario in which Truong Deep is haggling. The progression of the characters follows a formula that is unmistakably similar to other narratives. There is also a scene with two people in a car. The atmosphere is tight and frenetic, and this moment is quite similar to the one in Homecoming where Truong Dike and Bong Tuan-kai rescue overseas Chinese citizens. In addition, the film Bargaining includes a scene in which a nefarious character puts a gun to the head of a diplomat whose name is Hwang Young-min. This is yet another one of the movie Homecoming's standout moments, in spite of the fact that it has been criticized for being overly cliché. Some people have the opinion that the male lead in the Korean film copied Zhang Yi's performance in the movie and performed in a manner that was comparable to what Zhang Yi did in the film. On the other hand, there were a number of people who utilized the internet to support Hyun by asserting that his most recent work was shot in the year 2020. As a consequence of this, there is no reason for claiming that the movie contains content that was taken from other sources. There have been no statements made by the crew of the Bargaining regarding the incident as of yet.